And welcome back, my gardening friends, to the end of August vegetable and fruit harvest, and we have an abundance of autumn fruiting raspberries at the moment, and they're absolutely everywhere. And we're picking 2 to 4 punnets every time we come up, probably every other day. Oh, watch out for the runner. So that's the haul of raspberries. The blackberries have done quite well as well, but we're getting towards the end of those, and you may be able to see here now, these that I haven't picked, the seeds are just forming on the outside. So they're now added into the tray. The plums, some of them are just softening up now. There's no damage, so I will keep an eye on those. Obviously you have to be careful when you put your fingers around here when you're allergic to wasps like I am. If I'm stung near a joint, it plays havoc with me. I've had 2 of these, well 2.5 because the wasps had some, but they've been very nice. And of course the apples are coming along, some are a bit scabby, and the pears putting on a little bit of extra growth, probably won't get any bigger. That can stay for now. And all these strawberries that I haven't thinned out, I'm glad I haven't now, because if we do get some warmer weather, we may get some more strawberries. So we're on plot 1, the greenhouse, and we've said before, some of these tomatoes have ended up with blossom end rot. But this tomato plant now is almost finished, so I think we'll get these funny looking gigantimos picked, and these shop bought cherries. The colour on those, go on then, have that one, absolutely beautiful. So we'll have a look at those. Christmas potatoes doing a lot better than I expected. Oh, we've got a few red ones coming on that one there, which is a money maker, but it's a bit dark in here. And these grapes are, oh, it's soft a bit. No, we'll leave them this time. And this is the pomegranate. Yippee! Is that what a pomegranate flower looks like? Don't know how I'm going to pollinate that, but that's the only flower I've got. Obviously, that's not ready. And we've got lots more. It's a nice truss. Might leave that one. Okay, so I haven't had blight this time, but the tomatoes have struggled, so I have bought fresh moneymaker seed and some other varieties, which we'll show you next year. And with the shop bought, I'm going to keep those again, and I'm going to set a little challenge over the winter period. If anybody wants to join in with me, we'll be taking some of your tomatoes that you like to save. We'll slice them up, put them in some brand new compost, put them in a cool place, and then early spring we'll grab a handful, put them on chicken paper under heat, and see if we can get them going. It's really enjoyable, that is. The trailing tomatoes, they haven't been too bad, but again, I won't be saving these. We'll get some fresh seed, but they have done extremely well, and we've actually missed all the blight. Our flower garden is still got a few things coming together nicely. Oh, I crashed. Pretty. And even the foxgloves sprouting from the bottom. Yeah, I'm really pleased we've got away with blight, and blight is about because people have lost their entire crops. Not bad for a saved seed. Ah, you want to be friends again, do you? Fame went to his head. He soon come down with a bump. But you're a happy chappy, aren't you now? Yeah? Yeah, okay. We'll see. Just spotted those as we're walking by. So, we'll pop across now to plot 3. Even though there is an abundance of rhubarb, we shouldn't really pick the rhubarb after the end of July, so that all those leaves draw in all the goodness from the sun, etc., and put it in the crowns. That's why this rhubarb looks so damn good. So we're in the fruit cage. There's the hard blueberry left, but the birds can have those. They've had access to the fruit cage now to clear up any seeds and bits and bobs that have fallen off these that they can make good use of to keep them going over the winter. And that's the peacock white. We'll be having some of that today. And not too much whitefly, but I've had some rhubarb leaves steeping in water, so we're going to try that. Somebody suggested that. They've also said about tomato leaves, but as you know, tomatoes haven't been very brilliant. But the pigeons seem to be leaving this peacock kale alone again now, and it's coming back. It's a beautiful colour inside. And maybe we'll also harvest one of the smaller red cabbages. These are the giant ones. That'll be interesting to see what sort of centre we have on a rubbish one. That's a small one. These are the giant long beans, and I've been taking some of the smaller ones off. Not sure whether these are ready to harvest yet or not. No, we'll leave them alone. And we took a good bulk of all the radishes. I haven't sown anything else. I know people are sowing new seeds, but we've got lots of celery to harvest at some stage. All this is coming into its own now, and must get these beetroots picked, but with it me having to work quite a few hours now and days, excuse me, that's grazing around the allotment, gives me wind in both directions. But yeah, love that red cabbage. Come on, lettuce, it's getting late. Worked too many hours. Yes, more pallet collars. And the long beans have come on really well. In some cases too well. I'll drop the beans on the floor, and the mice can either have them, or we may be able to have the seeds. But this is an ideal sort of size, that one. They soon go off. You can always tell if you just break them in half whether you get the stringiness. I'm going to harvest celery today, but it's not brilliant. Now, I thought that would have been quite good, but we will see. We'll have one of those out today. This lettuce, it's not going to seed, but it's getting too big, so I hacked it right back, and that's some that I did earlier, and the leaves are coming back nicely again, so I know I can do that to that type of lettuce as well. Won't be long before I try and harvest one of the parsnips. little bit early, but all we've got to do is pop it in the freezer for an hour or two and get it back out, and that should sweeten it up nicely. Planting sunflowers with tomatoes. It's absolutely sapped every little bit of goodness out, even though I've fed them. Lesson learned. Another sowing of carrots there in the shade. They're keeping nice and moist. Jerusalem artichokes. Hey, hey. Just waiting for a few flowers to come on those. And these tomatoes have done better because they've only got a bit of celery with them. Not looking the best, but they haven't got blight. Bonus. I don't need any potatoes today, and it won't be long before I pull all these haulms out, and then we'll get these dried out. As you can see, we've got tomatoes growing there, and on plot 1 these are the white mystery potatoes, and I found that in amongst them. That's the only trouble with using your homemade compost, but you get bonuses. Wonder if they'll come to much. We'll soon find out. So we're right at the top of the plot now, and that's my best leek, and that's had neem oil on it because we started to get the allium leaf miner on that, and the neem oil stopped that dead. So I think I'm safe enough to harvest that, even though neem oil's not dangerous to us. I don't want to take any chances, especially with all the lettuce that I've got about. Most of this now will go into the compost bin once I've harvested a few leaves. As you can see at the top there now, that don't look very appetising, and lots gone to seed. Those are the leek pips, or those little greeny bits that come out the top of the seed head. You know what I mean, guys. So into the tunnel we come, and we've got some nice little saved seed from these peppers. They're unknown, and we've got a few more peppers down there. Some of the grapes now are shriveling up, so I'm eating as many as I can. I need to I've got 2 cucumbers. I think I'll save that one for seed, and that's the telepathy. Those are the bloody butchers, and of course that's one of the giants. And down here we've got some peppers, pretty and sweet. They're like a little pointed pepper, and they're quite tasty. Not sure at what point we need to harvest them, but may as well start on them now. And we'll take another row of carrots, so we'll take another 5 carrots. And just like that, another 5 carrots. So actually that's 1/4 of all the carrots now harvested in here. So there's another this is a bay, if you want to call it that, from there to the bar, and there's 3 more bays left, so pleased with that. So in here we've got a good mixture of lettuce and some chard, and we've got the peacock white with some of the kale. I normally shake the white fly off, but the sun doesn't mind blending them in as well. And there was more cucumbers there than I originally thought. The one at the back looks like it might have a little bit of mildew on it. Well, we can always take the skin off. Taking as many grapes as we can eat. And don't them peppers look nice? For these are the ones that I had from Jazz at Alternative Small Holding, and these were given me last year or the year before. I saved some seed. It's one of this celery, not quite blanched, but I may try and exclude the light a little bit more next year. That's the red cabbage we saw earlier, the carrots. Robo crop, happy to be happy with me. Those tomatoes, gigantimos at the back. Really pleased. I think I've got everything and yes, nice to have some nice fresh vegetables at this time of the year. Considering I'm doing all the changes, that's why I've not done so much successional sowing. Thanks for watching, guys, commenting, subscribing, liking and sharing if you like. I say I've got I'm running 19 days on the trot at the moment, so I've had to slip a few videos in as and when I can, and I'll try and reply to the comments as soon as I can. Till next time, my friends. Ta for now. Well, say excuse me before you eat the raspberry. Gone shy.